All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about the Texas Panhandle. Now, for a local business there, think a plumber, a roofer, success isn't about going viral on TikTok. Nope, it's about something way more tangible. The phone actually ringing, appointments getting booked, and a steady stream of real paying jobs coming in the door.
So let me ask you a question that kind of cuts through all the marketing fluff you hear about. Do impressions actually pay your bills? Does social reach put food on the table? For pretty much any local service business out there, the answer is a big fat no. And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got what we call vanity metrics. These fuzzy feel-good numbers that some marketing agencies love to show you. But over on the other side, that's where the real business metrics are. The stuff that actually matters. Phones ringing, appointments on the books, predictable jobs. Our whole goal here is to get you from that left column over to the right. You see, the big problem for so many tradesmen is that they're burning through cash on marketing that gets them nowhere. It brings in unqualified leads, people calling from way outside their service area just to price shop, and at the end of the day, the return on that investment is just awful. It's a massive waste of both time and money.
Because think about it. What these businesses really want isn't just a bunch of random website traffic. They want specific customers, people with high intent, who are looking for real, valuable jobs, right? They don't need 1,000 clicks. They need that one person who's in a panic because they have a slab leak in Amarillo, or the family in Pampa whose water heater just died. That's where the actual money is.
Okay, so how do we actually get there? Well, it all starts with building a totally bulletproof digital foundation. The first part of this whole playbook is about one thing: becoming the absolute no-brainer first call choice right there in your home market. We have to nail that down before we even whisper the word expansion.
And this quote, wow, it just nails something that's so crucial for any local service business. You have to think of the Google Map Pack as like ground zero. It's not just some little feature on the page. It is, without a doubt, the single most important source of leads you can possibly have. Just let that number sink in for a second. 70%. If you're not in one of those top 3 spots on the map, you are basically invisible to most of your potential customers. That is a huge amount of business you're just leaving on the table for your competition. So the million-dollar question is, how do you get into that top 3? Well, it really boils down to 2 main things. First, you have to be almost obsessive about optimizing your Google business profile. And second, you need what's called total NAP consistency. Let's break down what that even means. So NAP, it just stands for name, address, and phone number. Simple enough, right? But the consistency part is key. It means your business info has to be exactly the same everywhere it appears online. I'm talking identical. Even a tiny difference, like using steet on one site and street on another, can totally confuse Google's algorithm. It makes you look less trustworthy and boom, you get passed over. It really is that sensitive. All right, let's talk about the next piece of this foundation, your website. It's time we all stop thinking about websites as just some pretty online brochure. A website for a service business today, it has to be a tool. It's an engine. In fact, it should be your hardest working employee, out there 24/7 just pulling in leads for you. And what does a lead machine website actually need? Well, there are a few non-negotiables. First, your phone number has to be everywhere, and it has to be clickable. The whole site has to be super fast and look perfect on a smartphone, because that's where people are searching. And this is a big one. It needs dedicated pages for specific services in specific towns. Something like air conditioning service in Pampa TX. That's how you signal to Google that you are the local expert for that job. And here's the thing. Only after that foundation is rock solid, completely solid and bringing in predictable leads, only then do you even think about moving to phase 2, smart methodical expansion. This is where you gotta have patience. You have to resist that temptation to grow too fast and instead focus on taking everything you've learned to start capturing those surrounding towns. The mistake so many businesses make is they take the lazy route. They just copy their Amarillo page, paste it, and swap out the city name for, say, Borger. That doesn't work. The effective way is to use the actual performance data from your main market to build brand new strategic content specifically for Borger. This turns expansion into a data-driven move, not just a guessing game, because you're recognizing that customers in Borger might be searching for slightly different things or have different needs. Now, holding this entire strategy together is a really important philosophy: total transparency.
You might have heard the term YCSID, which stands for What You See is What You Get. It's all about getting rid of the guesswork and replacing it with pure clarity. You focus on metrics that directly prove your marketing is working, which in turn puts you back in control of your business's growth. This little scorecard here, it says everything. We're not tracking vague website visitors anymore. Instead, you're tracking your cost for every qualified lead. We're not worried about social reach. We're counting actual leads and calls. And you're not just chasing some random keyword rankings. You're measuring your real visibility in that super important local map pack. See, it's not just a different report. It's a completely different way to think about where your marketing dollars are going.
And that whole what you see is what you get promise, it's about more than just numbers. It's really about trust. It means fixed, upfront pricing, no hidden costs, no confusing reports designed to bamboozle you. You should always know exactly what you're paying for, and even more important, exactly what results you're getting for that money. So you're probably wondering, where does all the new tech, like AI, fit into this? Well, AI is used here as a huge efficiency multiplier. It's great for things like drafting ad copy, organizing research, or even generating responses to customer reviews. But, and this is a big but, the human expert is still the strategist. They're the one analyzing the local data, making the final strategic calls, and providing that critical oversight. It's really a partnership, using the best of both worlds.
Okay, so as we start to wrap this up, the big lesson here is just how powerful it is to go hyper-local. I mean, we live in a world of global competition, right? But having that deep, focused specialization in your specific industry and in your specific geographic area, that can become your single greatest competitive advantage.
So here's the playbook boiled down to 4 key takeaways. Number 1, focus only on the metrics that actually lead to revenue. Number 2, build that bulletproof digital foundation in your home market first. Don't skip that step. Number 3, use data, not guesses, to expand smartly. And finally, number 4, embrace specialization. See it as your strength. It's not a limitation, it's a superpower. And all of this leaves us with one final big question to chew on. In this age of massive global platforms, with companies trying to be everything to everyone, could it be that the biggest advantage you can have is to actually go small, to go deep, to go narrow, and really own your local patch of turf?